What's good, YouTube? Dre here with Different Gaming. Going to be bringing y'all a deck profile. Before I hop into it, want to shout out the collectibles and games. Um, order some cards. This man always has the cards that I need, always. So if you looking for cards, whether it be Edison, Goat, Modern, just come to the website, Collectibles and Games. I'll leave the website in the description box below. But you got pre-orders, you got Birth Protocol, case pre-order, and you shop Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is everything that he has. Like, he has Magic. So, hit him up, get the cards that you need, and we are going to bring y'all Draco Tail. But it's not just any Draco Tail. It's Magistus Dracotail. Um, I will be explaining. This will be an in-depth deck profile. For those that are either just picking the deck up, those that need advice on what cards to get before you spend over $800 for cards that you may not even need. Um, this isn't a budget build. This is not with Fallen of the White Dragon and Ecclesia of the Black Dragon or Dark Dragon, whichever one it is. I feel pure Magistus Dracotail is the best way to play. And I do have receipt to show that I was already testing this before Pack and Ness started releasing combo videos and deck lists were being put out. Like, I have receipt. If you want to see the receipts, I can post a little picture of it. You know, I feel like that wouldn't really be necessary in this video, but I had to say it and get it out there. So, the Draco Tail portion I won't be going over. Um, I feel like the Draco Tail is pretty much explained. With three Lucius, three Phimina, sadly, one Malulu, one Frixel, two Pan, two Urgla. We're still staying on the two Pan, two Urgla. Even with the Malulu and Key 2 hit, two Pan, two Urgla is definitely where you need that, keep it at. One Key 2, sadly, three Rahu, a Flame, Horn, Sting, self-explanatory. Everyone holds their Ash and Ghost Spell for your traps, so just use your traps meaningfully. Rahu becomes your new key two, so for follow up, just set Rahu. Key two is mainly for your turn zero play, and then you put it back with one of the trap or with uh, the dragon that devours the dogma if you play it, and put your key two back, and then set it off one of the Dracotail names. All right, this is where the explanation starts coming in. One OG Albaz, three Cartesian. So I'm still playing the OG Albaz because it is a good normal summon. And then on top of that, it can help you get this card out. I'm running this in the side. If you don't have this, definitely get you a copy. It is Lenatus, Lenatus, the Abyss Dragon. God, I butchered that. But you can normal summon the Albaz, no effect, and then just contact fuse your Albaz with their Secretarion, their Fallen, uh, their Ecclesia of the Black Dragon, or if they have everything on field on their side, you can just send it. But I do run the Dragon that devours the Dogma, and Fallen Albaz is really good for that. Three Cartesia, just because in the old Magistus build, running three Cartesia was mandatory, so you can get into your Magistus line. This is the same exact way. The reason I'm not running Fallen or Incredible Ecclesia, um, or the Ecclesia Dragon, the Synchro, in my opinion, it's more susceptible to lose to Fua, which I mean that's the same for any combo deck, but this deck specifically, you need to set up your board. Like you can't go in with a quarter of a board or a half board. You have to fully set up your board. Like if your hand does not give you, the hand traps to be able to pair with your traps or with your Gullimail, then you're going to be put behind. You're going to be put behind. Um, for me, for testing with the Fallen, I rather want to normal summon the Cartesia and go ahead and start fusion summoning, or normal summon Lucius and get to whichever Draco Tail name I want to get to. Now, I'm not saying that Fallen of the White Dragon is bad. It's not a bad card. It is good. It's an extender for the deck, but and in that sense, I don't want an extra extender. With the testing that I've had personally, playing with Fallen, I lost more. Playing without Fallen, I won more. And of course, you have Valor, Imperm, Ghost Warner, Ghost Veil, Ash, and you can you can let your opponent play turn zero, combo off, hit them with a nib or a Fua or an Ash. But if I'm not playing Fallen or Ecclesia the Dark Dragon, that makes me less susceptible to the nib because I can get a monster negate on board with the fifth summon. Or just like with Fallen of the White Dragon, I can use the sub engine, and if I get nibbed, I save whichever other engine that I have, and I'm still being able to play and set up my board. Um, then just keep Cartesia on board. It comes back to your hand. There's nothing else to say there. And then to round off the I guess I wouldn't even say branded card. Yeah, just branded cards. Fallen and the Virtuous. I was running these in the side, but I moved them to the main. Definitely have been working better in the main than in the side. And some people will say, "Oh, you just can't get Fallen of the White Dragon, or you can't get the Synchro." Oh, I can definitely get them. I can definitely get them. I just choose not to play with more extenders. I rather use those spots for more hand traps, more non-engine, because I don't want you to play like you spent all that money to get them falling, then the synchro, and you got to lose because your opponent just outsmarts you and outplays you. For the Magistus, we have three Spenta. Shout out to Collectibles. One Zoroa, one Crowley. That's all you need for Magistus. Before before the Spenta, it was just Crowley. With Invoke Kaliga, maybe Mechaba if you wanted to run Mechaba and Zoroa. I looked into this and I tried it, and it wasn't as consistent as it is now. So if you just take that away, just leave the Crowley, and just play like the Edge Imp or the Cartesia, which Cartesia is better because you can normal summon it, then fusion summon, get to your Phimena, link off the Cartesia, use Phimena, fusion summon into Zoroa, the negate. So, but now it's a lot better. It's a lot more consistent now. Even if you cannot afford three Spenta and you can only get two, it's the same exact thing. To be honest, that just kind of opens your space up for like an extra hand trap. So that's the Magistus lineup. And if you don't know what Spenta does, I'll actually go over all three of them. So I'll try to get it to focus. There's a glare. I see the reflection of the webcam. But if you want to pause it here and then, try to read it or look it up, but it's add one Magistus monster from your deck to your hand except itself, and you have to discard it, apply one of the effects. Have the attack of one monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. So those are one of the two effects. Then there's a graveyard effect. You can banish it, target one monster you control, and equip a Magistus monster from extra deck or graveyard to it. So that means you can have a normal summon Lucius or a special summon Cartesia, and if this is in your graveyard, you can banish it, equip the Artemis that's in the graveyard, or if it's still in your extra deck, to it, and trigger Artemis to add Zoroa or the Crowley if you haven't already used it. Zoroa, you can target one Magistus monster you control, equip it with one Magistus monster from your extra deck. If this card has become equipped with a Magistus monster card, you can special summon one level 4 spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, except itself, but its effects are negated. Um, Nesh and Pack uploaded a video, a combo video that involves this card. Um, I'll leave the video, I think it's this side, for this side, for the combo videos that I have. My video, I do include Fallen. Um, if y'all would like me to include combo videos without Fallen, let me know in the comment section below. Oh, I forgot Crowley. We kind of already know what Crowley does. I mean, really, I can leave either the first Magistus deck profile or I can leave the combo video. Now, Crowley is a good card. Crowley's a popular. If this face-up card is used as Fusion Material, his name is treated as Alistair the Invoker. You can only use each of the following effects of Crowley, the Gifted Magistus, once per turn. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it. It doesn't matter if it's from field, if it's from graveyard, or deck. Or you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, except during damage step, you can fusion summon one Magistus or invoke fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field. So, just like Snake Eye Poplar add to hand special, and a Snake Eye spell trap. Crowley is fusion summons. So a lot of people are trying to figure out the hand trap lineup for Birth Protocol. After watching some matches and testing cards myself, these are the hand traps that I have decided to play in the main. Three Ash, of course, three Fua, two Ghost Bell, two Mourner, and one Magnet. So I was at 40 and I really, really, really wanted to play Magnamut. So Magnamut is literally the 41st card, kind of like a 13 ghost type thing. But Magnamut is really, really good, especially if you're playing against the falling version of the deck, because not only does Magnamut, clear the graveyard, Sting clears the graveyard of certain targets, but Magnemite searches you a dragon. So on your follow-up turn, if you need to add Albaz, you can add Albaz. Normal summon the Albaz, discard. Get rid of their board. Or just normal summon Contact Fuse. But Magnemite is really, really good. I really been thinking about playing the other Bystials since this we're going into another graveyard format. And in my opinion, I feel like the Bystials will be really, really good. Because then you put your opponent on having to use their Ghost Bell, and then it just makes your traps live because then they have to have the Ash. Ghost Mourner Ghost Mourner is a better Veiler and a better Imperm. Um, and the reason being, as long every deck is special summoning in Birth Protocol, and Ghost Mourner can be used on your opponent's turn. Not only that, it can be used on your turn. Of course, it could be used in your opponent's turn, but it can also be used on your turn. Unlike Valor, and your opponent typically gets rid of the body. So, say they go Arthur Lion, and then you chain Mourner to in the last chain to negate the Arthur Lion. Your opponent has to choose to keep that Arthur Lion and not take the 3,000, or use that Arthur Lion for material and take the 3,000. Or say it's Radiant Typhon and you hit the Corsair. Your opponent has to take the 25, or they're not going to take the 25. It literally puts your opponent on a window to where, do I want to take this damage or do I not want to take this damage? I have won matches on DB because of this card, because of the damage. So Mourner, in my opinion, is really, really good. First protocol. Ghost Bell, self-explanatory. Fallen, special summons from the graveyard. Incredible Clagia, special summons from the graveyard. Um, Draco Tail traps. It hits Mitsurugi. It hits Yummy. It hits Elf Note. It hits every deck in Burst Protocol. And then Fua and Ash, self-explanatory. It's Ash and Fua. Probably going to be your two best hand traps that you want 3-Os in the deck. That's it for the main deck. 41. I was running it at 40, but I really, really, really wanted to play Vagabond. And I really didn't know what to cut. For the extra, for the Artemis portion, we have Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden. When it's equipped, you can add one Magistus monster from deck to hand. And you have Nina Ruru, the Magistus Glass Goddess. You'll never make this. You'll never hard make this. So I won't go over the actual. Matter of fact, I will go over the actual effect. Um, while this card is equipped, the equipped monster can attack 2 times on monsters during each battle phase. So if you battle against an illusion, you're literally just attack, 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 attack. Then you can detach one material from this card and target one level 4 or higher spellcaster monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one Magistus card you control in the spell trap zone and one spell trap your opponent controls per cost and destroy them. So you can target itself, target like say anti-spell fragrance. I've been saying a lot of U-Bill. You can pop the Nightmare Pain. You can pop Yummy's Field Spell, Mignon, pop back row, unknown back row. Next, we have Chorizo. Chorizo, you can contact fuse it by using a spellcaster and one fusion synchro XYZ or link monster. And yes, if you have these equipped, you can contact fuse these for Chorizo. Because it even says, I'll get it up here so to focus. Must first be either fusion summon or special summon from your extra deck by sending the correct fusion material monster card you control to the graveyard. And then once per turn, when the monster declares an attack, you can target it, negate the attack, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to the monster's attack until the end of the turn. Then you can return the monster to the hand. So this could be in defense. Say you have, we'll just use Artemis for an example, and your opponent wants to swing over it with the Nina Ruru. You can Chorizo, negate the attack, and then it bounces the card back. Um, Also, it's a level 4 tuner, and we'll get into what that can go into later. We have Aeolus, the Magistus Spell Spirit. I'll put this up to the camera for y'all. And while this card is equipped, yeah, while this card is an equipped card, the equipped monster gains 1,000 attack. During the main phase quick attack, you can target one other face-up monster on the field. Equip this card you control to it. If this card was equipped to an opponent's monster by this effect, take control of the equipped monster, and also it cannot activate its effects. So it's a Valor Mourner Imperm on leg, actually floats. But this is the Lunar Light out. This is mandatory to play. You have to play this. If you don't play this, then if you run in the Lunar Light, you're gonna have to side cards like Gamma Seal and um basically tower out cards in the side deck. And then for the new edition, invoke Magistus Omega. This is what Crowley is used for. This is how you bring this out. And if this card is special summon, you can target one other fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link monster in your graveyard and one monster on the field and banish them. I don't know why it's not trying to focus. Oh, there we go. And then it has a secondary effect. If this fusion summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one level 4 spellcaster monster from your deck. Then you can equip this card to it as an equipped spell that gives it 1,000 attack. And then next we have Zoroa the Magistus Conflagrant Calamity. This is going to get banned. This card is going to get banned. So anybody that's playing Magistus Dracotail, have your fun with this card while you can. Just like the name says, Calamity. And what's happened to every other Calamity card that we have? Bang. Let me bring it up here for y'all so y'all can. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can equip one Magistus monster from your extra deck to this card. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same card type, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link, as a Magistus monster card in your spell and trap zone. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Magistus card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon this card. Like I said, Calamity will get banned. This, if we get an emergency ban list, this card will get banned. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then we got the lower version. This is God mode, Super Saiyan, and this is face mode. Zoroa the Magistus. I still haven't learned how to say that V word. Ver Verethlaragna. Yeah. And then this effect is an ignition, and it says you can target one effect monster in your graveyard. Trying to get this to focus. Focus. You can target one effect monster in your graveyard or your opponent controls. Equip that monster to this card. When a monster effect is activated, a quick effect, you can send one face-up Magistus monster you control to negate it. Then you can destroy one card your opponent controls. So not only is it monster negate, but it's also removal. And it's not specific on whether it's monster or spell trap. It just says destroy one card your opponent controls. So this is the lineup for Magistus. In testing, these are absolutely the Magistus cards that are needed. And yes, the extra deck is very, 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 very tight. For the Draco Tail, 3 Arthur Lion, 1 Golem, self-explanatory. Um, I don't understand why people are running 2 Golem. You don't need 2 Golem, especially now. 2 Golem will not come up until Blazing Dominion when Cool Tune gets their next wave of support, which is supposed to like rip half of your extra deck. And then here we got our little utility packet. If you don't have Fallen in the Virtuous, but you have branded fusion and everything, you can still run that in this. I've tested that. It does work. You just have to be wary and remember what cards lock you. But if you don't have these, which you just got to get the structure deck or just get them as singles, they're fairly cheap. You can play Star Source and Philia Regis in its place because these 4 slots are low key your flex spots. My flex spots though, I got the cards that I low key need for the deck and that work best in the deck. But your 4 flex spots could be whatever. But definitely have Secretariat. I will say that. Definitely get you a Secretariat if you can find it. Mysterion's still good. Um, you can honestly cut Mysterion and put in like Chaos, Star Source, Philia Regis, but I accidentally played without these two. Just accidentally, I built a deck too fast and then went to go start testing and I didn't have these. Um, I wanted the Secretarion more than I wanted the Mysterion. But matchup dependent, the Mysterion came up, so that's what made me make my decision. And that is the Magistus Dracotail deck profile. I really, really hope this helps y'all or helps anybody, you know, and get your feet wet in the pool. But I'm recording this at 3:30 a.m. and I work, so it'll be uploaded at like 9 a.m. when y'all see this. So thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed morning, blessed day, and until next time, peace.